I am very worried about the future of abortion rights in Michigan.
I'm here to just take your vitals.
As a nurse who not only works in abortion care, but who also works as a labor and delivery nurse, it is horrifying to me to have legislators sit here and make life-changing decisions that impact our health. And I just do not feel like it's appropriate that legislators are able to make decisions about people's reproductive health care. That is something that should be between that person and their doctor. Abortion does not have to be a complicated subject. Abortion is a medical term. It means a pregnancy that has ended. Abortions happen spontaneously. Abortions happen electively.
The Supreme Court's ruling in Dobbs v. Jackson, which eliminated the federal constitutional right to an abortion, set off a state-by-state battle over reproductive rights. Michigan has a 1931 law in place that, if enforced, makes it a felony to perform an abortion, even in cases of rape or incest. Anti-abortion activists and lawmakers in the state are currently fighting for the ability to enforce the law. But Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer and her administration have been successful in their attempts to prevent the law from enforcement. Scotsdale Women's Center in Detroit is just one of many abortion providers in the state that have been on edge due to their state's precarious protections on abortion. The upcoming governor's race between Governor Whitmer and her GOP challenger Tudor Dixon will very likely determine Scottsdale's ability to provide safe and legal abortions to Michigan residents, as well as patients from Ohio, Texas, Louisiana, and elsewhere who have crossed state lines in growing numbers following the Dobbs ruling.
Do you have some tea, some crackers, anything like that? Water?
Yeah.
I'll grab you some water. Just gonna stick this on your finger as well, okay? And you go right here. And then you're gonna chill out for about half an hour. And then just let me know if you need anything. I'll grab you that water too.
Okay. Thank you so much.
The staff here at Scotsdale is very intentional with making sure patients feel comfortable. For one, we like to smile at our patients. Of course, we're wearing masks, so they don't always get to see our smiles, but hopefully they see it in our eyes. We want them to be open with us and to feel like they can trust us. We do not care either way what you decide to do. We are here to support whatever that decision is. I actually was interested in working here after I had my own abortion experience. It wasn't done here, but after my own abortion experience, I was like, wow, it seems like amazing work that I want to do. I started working here as a medical assistant, so before I even became a registered nurse. And I was working here throughout my time in nursing school, and it was a great time for me going through that professional development and in a space where I was really comfortable. Being an abortion nurse as well as a labor and delivery nurse, I am definitely seeing the full spectrum of the care. And because I serve patients in this setting, as well as the hospital I work at, they're in the exact same neighborhood pretty much. So the patient population is exactly the same. So I will see the same patients. I'll see patients who I helped deliver at the hospital who maybe got pregnant again later, comes here to have an abortion because they're not ready to have another baby. I believe wholeheartedly in reproductive justice, which is the right to have a baby, the right to not have a baby, and the right to raise your baby in a sustainable community. Right here under your tongue. Everything looks really well. This work is so important. Most of the patients who leave here feel incredibly relieved, as I did when I had my abortion years ago. I felt relief, like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders. It is like an experience that is unlike any other. And I think some misconceptions is that the community may feel like this work is negative or it has some type of dark cloud over it, when really it is the exact opposite. It is like a ray of sun. After the Dobbs decision, it became even more imperative that I am here for patients, that I'm listening to them, that I'm making sure that their needs are being met. We have patients who are traveling from far away. I mean, recently I've had days where most of the patients I've served are from Ohio. We're seeing sometimes more patients from Ohio than we are Michigan. We're having patients come from Texas, from Louisiana. I had a patient, you know, so it's like we're seeing patients from all over the country at this time.
Out of state, I feel like there's been some days where I've seen almost like probably 75% being from Ohio. Overall, we've seen like an increase of about like 25% in patient load. It's definitely been a pretty heavy workload, working a lot alongside some of the funding options we have for patients, seeing a lot more patients per day, so it keeps our days going a lot longer than usual, and making sure we're staying stocked up on everything because of the high influx of patients.
The scarcity of care is definitely creating a gratitude for our patients. When they come in the door, they feel very relieved that they have a place to go to help them.
So there's the local anesthesia and the moderate sedation. The local anesthesia, we give this to all of our surgical patients. Have you ever heard of lidocaine?
Yes.
Alright, so that's what we're going to use to numb you. The moderate sedation, I also like to call it the twilight medication. It does 3 things for you. It's a sedative, it's a pain med, and it's also an anxiety medication.
A lot of our patients never thought in their lifetime that they'd be going through this uncertainty, that they would think that for a minute they wouldn't be able to go somewhere and have a safe legal abortion. They're really comfortable in here. I love the sign at the end. It says empower, endure, and be free. At the end of the day, what we want is for all of our patients to feel relieved when they leave out of this building. And since this is the last stop, it's like, what better words to show them, you know, especially the be free. You're free. Go live your life and be happy. And that's really what we want for our patients.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
I am very worried about the future of abortion rights in Michigan. Right now, we are lucky to have a governor and an attorney general who is on our side and who wants to protect us. However, we're in the middle of an election season, and we don't know, honestly, what the future holds. The GOP opponent who is running against Governor Whitmer, she has said that she is against abortion in all cases. And that's horrifying to me. It's very unnerving. And I worry about the people in our state and what is to come. I really believe that nobody is truly free. Nobody has freedom if they cannot even control their own reproductive health. So I am very worried and concerned about not just losing that right, but what does that mean going forward? What other rights would they feel like they could take away from me? We do not need politicians to intervene in something that should be kept between a patient and their doctor. It has nothing to do with anyone else. It's nobody else's business. And what we have now is we have politicians deciding the fate of patients, which is completely unacceptable. And unfortunately, I don't really see an end to this in the next few months. Hopefully, with the next election, we can get some type of solid security in our state.
Make no mistake, whether by virtue of a candidate or a specific ballot measure, abortion access and reproductive care will be on the ballot this November. Visit vote.org for voter registration and polling information. Make your mark by ensuring your voice is heard. The time is now.